our speeches. We have 4 speakers today, so it will be a fun-filled meeting. Our first speaker is our wonderful Alfredo Castillo, and he will be having his 7th speech, and it's called How Research Has Shaped Our Lives.
That was quick. You did jump.
You're my evaluator, right?
Yes.
She's the first evaluator, right?
Do you have a book? Yeah. Yeah.
How research has shaped our lives. I remember when I went to school, when I had to do research, the internet really wasn't so accessible. I remember using the encyclopedia. Britannica. If I needed to know something, I had to set up an appointment with my parents to find out, hey Dad, I'm having trouble with this girl, what do I say? How do I ask her out? How do I do things? We all had different ways of learning, and we ended up, our research was person to person, or we read a book, or we waited for something to be written about it, because research really was something that we had to really get involved with. But nowadays, how do we do research nowadays? We have it on our phones. We have it right here. One thing that I miss about the research that we used to do was, I remember we used to be able to go visit our friends to ask about something. We used to have projects that we used to do together. I remember going to my friend's house and work on something, and we all had different encyclopedias, because there was Webster's encyclopedia, there was Britannica encyclopedia. They all kind of had the same information, but some did a little more research than others. Maybe I'm speaking here like ancient terms here, because I don't see anybody saying, yeah, I remember that encyclopedia. You guys know what encyclopedia is?
Yes. Yeah, I can relate. Yes.
Okay, good, I'm glad. Interestingly enough, as soon as we started having kids, my wife and I said, we're going to get an encyclopedia, because let's face it, they're not cheap. So we got an encyclopedia in our house that has never really been touched, because the internet came around. And now, who cares what's on the encyclopedia? An encyclopedia actually does real good research to give us facts and information. Nowadays, you research the internet, and the internet doesn't always tell you the truth. It's not always factual. It's not always the right thing that you're necessarily looking for. So a lot of times we have to find out what is it that we're looking for. Just the other day, I know you probably guys have heard, my mother-in-law passed away. And we were honored with the responsibility of giving the eulogy. I don't know, there's been a lot of eulogies out there. Some of them are wonderful, uplifting, powerful, gives tears to your eyes. And we had no idea how to do it. And we were told 3 to 5 minutes. That's the most that we had. And how do you cover 3 to 5 minutes from someone that you've known 40, 45 years? It's very difficult to do. However, we did our research, we went on the internet, and there was all sorts of wonderful things out there, things that we will never measure up to, as far as a speech is concerned. There was also some real garbage out there, so you have to be careful on how you search. Because I remember we used to do research with the encyclopedias. It used to be easy. I knew that what was on there was factual, was good, and I could rely on it. And now that I research the internet, there's a lot of garbage in there that a lot of times you have to ignore. But it did give us a pattern as to how things should progress on our eulogy. Needless to say, it was wonderful. My wife was the one who did it, which is wonderful. So I didn't have to speak in front of a church full of people. And it came out really, really well. Another thing about research is that there's music all around us. Every day we hear it on the radio. And now we actually have it on our phones every day, every second. But a lot of times we don't know what that song means. A lot of times we're dancing to that beat, it's got the right hook, and we like it, and We want to hear it more and more. But a lot of times we don't know what that message means. Our kids listen to that music. And they end up finding little things. They're like, I like this music, I like this music. And you hear them singing it. And I ask them, do you guys really know what that means? What that song means? So I have a couple of websites that I look into to find out what that means. And that's called songfacts.com, songmeanings.com, and lyricinterpretations.com. And the reason why I do that is because there's a lot of things that we really don't understand. There was a couple of songs, I think it was Pumped Up Kicks. I don't know if you guys remember that song from a while back. So my kids were all singing into it, but they had a different interpretation of what the song was. So we found out what it was, and we told them about Reebok, the battle between Reebok and Nike back in the early 90s, that they wanted to, pump their what's it called, the Reebok pumps. That's what it was. We all wanted to have them, and we explained to them how kids were willing to, there was a couple of deaths because of that. Kids were killed because of those Nike shoes and those battles going on the playground. On rough neighborhoods, obviously. It wasn't happening in Fort Ranch or one of the hills. But it was happening in rough neighborhoods. But needless to say, we don't really always understand what that song is trying to tell us. The important thing is that we do need to do some research. And the reason why I mentioned these 3 different websites to find out about specifically songs is because they'll have different interpretations of what that means. And a lot of times we need to learn it because we have kids. Well, some of us do, right? Right? We have kids. And a lot of times we need to teach them because kids no longer look up to us for information. They quickly go to the internet. When I needed to know something about the changes that I was going through, or how to talk to a girl, or how to research something, or, Dad, I don't feel, I would go to my dad, my uncles. We would have, on the weekend we would have gatherings, and I would call someone outside and ask him information. We wouldn't do it in public, but we had people to go to, our resources. And our resources were always reliable because there were always people we looked up to, our uncles, aunts, and sometimes cousins because they were older than us. And nowadays, we no longer carry that burden, us, as parents, because our kids start to find that information on the internet. And it's not always reliable. And I always try to teach them that, yes, exhaust all your resources and you can't figure it out, they come to us. Yet at the same time, we don't have that anymore, that one-on-one interaction with our kids, because they try to find it on their own 24/7. If they think of that thought at 11 at night, they'll quickly get on the phone and use it because their internet is easily accessible to them. Needless to say, that is how I believe research has changed our lives, because we no longer have our communication with our kids as we should. I have a very good relationship with my dad. Hopefully my kids will have the same thing too, but I know and understand that things are changing. Thank you guys.